Are those who've been through so many struggles. Babylon will do whatever it takes for trouble. Yeah, you know it's I am here, Snake A Farmer Man, representing for Aromatic Realistic TV show on YouTube. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe. Yo, my princess gone far, far away. Boom. Check it out.
Reality check man from a year device, you know it's Aromatic Realistic TV. Anyway, to the peeps, I see an article in I think it's a Jamaican Gleaner, where the Minister of National Security, Aris Chang, is now opposing a ban on Cuba from entering Jamaica. So a Cuban now would have to obtain a visa to come to Jamaica, just like how a Jamaican would have to obtain a visa to go to the United States. Now we are talking about our neighbors who are just 90 miles away from our shore. These people who has been good to us from day one. And this is how we are repaying them. Anyway, let's jump into the article. Kingston, Jamaica on Saturday, March 21. Morning, Jamaica welcome 140 Cuban medical professionals on the island to help with the country's COVID-19. The medical professionals arrived at the Norman Manley International Airport and were greeted by Jamaica Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, and the Cuban ambassador to Jamaica. The minister said the team comprises of 90 nurse specialists in critical care, emergency, medical and surgical, and primary care. Also a team of 40 doctors who are interned. In keeping with the government current regulation for travel, the entire team will be quarantined for 14 days before being deployed across hospital island-wide. Health Minister Christopher Tufton welcomed the group to the island, saying he was encouraged by their need of assistance. He goes on and he said, "Thank you, Cuba, for your quick response to our request for support against COVID-19." Let I go back over that what Dr. Christopher Tufton said to the Cubans. "Thank you for your quick response to our request for support against COVID-19. He said, "Thank the locals also." Seeing, so in time of needs, these people come to our rescue. When nurses shot all over the world, every nurse afraid for travel. American nurses have a lockdown, European nurses have a lockdown because they are needed. Most of our nurses, they were overseas working because they already migrate. And it's only the Cuban we could have turned to. And we also need to take it in consideration. So these Cubans, from way back, they train our nurses, our doctors, teachers. They also help us with dental care, eye care, in the hospital, build schools, build clinic, name it. The Cuban always there for us. And that's the reason why Christopher Tufton say what he says. Thanks to the Cuban, quick response. So, the Minister of Security, Chang, said Cuba are using Jamaica to go through Mexico, to go US and wherever. Now, America is more closer to Cuba than Jamaica. When America get to Cuba on a boat, there is some agreement between the American and Cuba from way back then. When they come and they say asylum, then take them in. So why a Cuban would choose the long road to come to Jamaica, to go to Mexico, to migrate into the US, when them could down go take a boat ride from Cuba into the US, asylum, and them all right. So we see something now match up, brother. But how can we treat a people like that who is always there for us? You know, the heights of the pandemic when we don't have nobody. See, we don't know if we look to, we don't know if we turn to. And as the man said, it was a quick response. A short period of time to get 140 Cuban professional to land in a Jamaica to help us out. And now just to see a few years later, the Minister of National Security, Chang, pose a ban on Cuba. Say now Cuba have to go and apply for a visa to come to Jamaica. Just like how Jamaica have to apply for a visa to go to America. All of that requirement that we have to provide the American embassy with, that's the requirement the Cubans also gonna have to provide to come to Jamaica. See, Brecha, Cuban, they train our nurses from day one, our doctors, our teachers, build schools, clinic, assistants upon assistants. They always been there for us. It's our closest neighbor. It's in the Caribbean. So why should we have to get a visa to go to Cuba then if we want to go to Cuba? It would make no sense because it's one Caribbean. So the Cuban should need a visa to come to Jamaica. If you get where I'm going. I don't know what is going on. But this is the GLP administration. And this is the GLP government. And Chang, Andrew, the whole of them. Because anything what Chang then do, Andrew will not say no about it. Anybody been good to us, the GLP, fuck them over, fuck them off, don't care. And at the same time, you have your whole of your Chinese them in flock in Jamaica. What have the Chinese done for us? The Cuban has done more for us than what the Chinese has done for us. And there's an influx of the Chinese in Jamaica. And you are banning our neighbor who is right there, Cuba, who is always there to our assistance, to help us in eye care, dental care, in the hospital, build schools, clinics, train our nurses, doctors, teachers, and this is how we repay them. This is how we repay them. In the pandemic, when we don't know where to turn, we don't know where to look, we don't know where to go, and we call upon them, and they were the first to come to our rescue. And now you're gonna slap them with a ban, so they have to have a visa to enter Jamaica because Mexicans are using Jamaica to go to Mexico, to go to America. Who know I talk to, man? Brother, we not clown, brother. We not fool. We not either. It's closer from Cuba to come to America to rascal more and go a Jamaica and go a Mexico if you come in America, brother. But I'm just telling you people that you know if you look out on eye and see what I want. Anything that means Jamaica good, the Jamaica Labour Party, they fuck it up. Because remember, you know, in 1983, it was the same thing Edward Seaga do, you know. Ban everything from Cuba, you know. And in 2023, the same thing Chancon do, you know. Ban Cuba, you know, from coming to Jamaica, you know, brother. Just look into it and think about this. The people who you can depend on, who is always being there for you through thick and thin, COVID-19, send 140 nurses to come to our aid to help us through that crisis. And now that we are back on our feet now, Chang, they tell Cuba, say you ban them, they have their visa if you come to Jamaica now. What a wicked blood clot, man, brother. Jamaica Labour Party, what make you so wicked, man? Me say anything what Chang do Andrew Wellness and know about it, brother. And I know secret. And I know secret, brother. But anyway, he who have ears will hear, and he who have eyes will see. Much love. Remember to like and share over YouTube, Aromatic Realistic TV. Until then, we chat again. Jamaican, live good and walk good.